just going to be a little short little live stream today. Hey, Michael. What's up? Just doing a little quickie here to show off the new car. See if I can make this look any better. That's better. Oh, yeah. Woo. Shotgun Dave. Popular. There's probably a bigger name on the other line somewhere. Somebody else is probably doing something. It's all right. Even if nobody watches, it'll record and people can catch the replay. At least I got the thing running. It is a pretty car. It looks like a couple of people straggling in. This is very impromptu, so, Tad, hey, thanks for popping in, brother. They say this is very impromptu. This is just, I got a new car, another gift, and I thought I'd just kind of showcase it. Kind of liking this angle of the track. It's better. Makes it look bigger. Yeah, I can see it a couple of times. Hello, the Rita artist. Welcome. Oh yeah, slot cars is better than chores, Tad. Yeah, totally sweet car. Another gift from George. Another Revoslot. Getting quite the Revoslot collection. Oh, Rita, yes. Of course you are. Thanks for popping in, Rita. Appreciate it. Yeah, Tad. This is a cool little car. These Revoslots are cool. They can be a little finicky. This one's kind of giving me some fits today, trying to get the darn thing running. Woohoo! Look at that. You guys seen its first crash. It's going to require some tuning. Oh, lunch. What are we having for lunch today, Rita? What is Michael making? I'm having a frozen pizza when this is done. Ooh, quesadilla sounds actually kind of good too. I think I might try that myself today. Tad, yes, they are fantastic machines. They do require a little fiddling when you get them out of the box, like all hobby grade cars do. Ooh, salsa and sour cream. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, they're. You can't really fault the things, Tad. I mean, it's a all metal chassis. with infinite adjustments built in. Ultra lightweight bodies, Lexan interior. These things are, yeah, they're good. They're worth every penny. But like I say, they don't come ready to run out of the box. You gotta fiddle a little bit with them, and that's okay. That's what hobby grade stuff is for. Yeah, all metal chassis. And like I said, they require a little tinkering, but they're excellent cars. The pod works really well, although the pod in that one's not really working too good. It's like, again, tinkering. You gotta tinker. Yes, you're right, Michael. It's like all race cars in general. They all require some form of messing around with. This one just wants the guy doesn't want to sit down on the track all the way. I think the braids are holding it up, and I think I was just talking to Harry about it a little while ago. I'm going to swap from these stiff tin braids to the soft copper to see if I can't make it these cars work a little better. It could just be my track. This is old track. But like this car just wants to hop all over the place. You can see the guide come right up out of the slot. And these cars come with fantastic natural rubber tires, but they are ultra grippy, man. Like ultra grippy. I'm going to swap them out for Paul Gage. That's next. But Harry started this. Harry bought me this for Christmas, the little BMW. And because I had made a comment that I wanted to start getting these Group 2 cars. I love these little European cars. Don't know why. Always have my whole life. And I just thought, man, these Group 2 cars are the coolest. So Harry got me that one. And then George decided, well, the damn thing can't run by itself. So let's get another one. So now we got the Group 2 Alpha, the GTA. Yeah, I think so, Michael. That's exactly what it needs. It's too stiff. It pushes the car right up out of the slot. I actually put new braid on it. That's SCC braid, and it's doing the same thing. So, although it is better, it wouldn't even run with the stock braids on it. But George surprised me for sure with this. It just showed up yesterday. No hint or anything. So I got to thank George again for sending me this thing. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm going to continue to collect them. I love these things. Hello, Tom. Welcome, brother. Hey, Tom, I think I just answered your question for you on the tire molding video that you asked. Those little syringes are available at Walgreens or Rite Aid. I don't know what you guys have, wherever it is you are. But, yeah, they're made for administering medicine to little kids, putting their cough syrup in their mouth or whatever. But that's where I get them from. Cool little car. Great, Tom. I'm glad to help. I'm glad to see somebody using the videos to actually do something with. That's great. Let's run the Beamer again. I love this little Beamer. Yeah. See, the Beamer just runs good. It took a lot less tinkering to get it to go. But here it's doing it now again too. It's starting to stutter. It's these darn braids. What controller am I using? These are the Professor Motor. It's just one step above their base controller. It's got brake and sensitivity controls on them. Just basic function, and they're not expensive, but I mean they're not cheap. I think they're around $139. But this is what I've always used, so I like having my controls. Yeah, I don't know, Michael. I took that guide apart 3 times. In fact, I was going to put a new guide in it. I tried to put a slotting plus guide in it, but it doesn't fit. So I don't know. I'm going to try something else. We'll see what happens. I don't know how I feel about that little spring either. Hey, Dan. What's happening, man? Just another Revoslot day over here, Dan. Showcasing our new car from George. Another surprise from George. Yeah, man, let's pull that sucker right out of the slot. Of course it came out. Gotta love a Revoslot. So for comparison, I've also got the Viper GT. This car, it's a ripper. Of course, now it's gonna make me a liar. Oh, no brazier. That car runs so totally different than the little GTA, than the little Group 2 cars. Yeah, me too, Michael. Gotta have the Mopar. Yep, me too, Dan. Love that sound. And if you like sound, the Revos are a little noisier than most. And I think we were discussing this the other day. metal chassis that's got, built-in float, plus this ultra thin body, plus the Lexan interior. It just resonates, but it's not in a bad way. See, for me, this, perfect one to compete with the Corvettes, Michael. To me, this type of car proves there's no magnets in this car. There are no magnets in this car, other than the magnets in the motor, but they don't do anything for traction. But these cars just, when set up properly, they're planted. I hope you're right, Tom, because the metal chassis cars are really something. But look how that thing runs. Get that sucker dialed in. Hey, boss. There he is. Happy Friday. Yes, Dan, me too. That's part of the appeal to these cars is they just feel super high quality. You're absolutely right. But I mean, a little tinkering, and it's not even any like buying any extra parts. It's just adjusting what's there, and that is probably one of the fastest cars on my track. You know what? Let's time it, shall we? Let's time all these little buggers. What do you guys think? Okay. We'll see if that works.
5.
Let's see how it goes.
3, 2, 1.
Well, let's see how we did. Look at that. A sub 2 second best lap, 1.88. That's crazy. I was going to show you guys. I don't know if any of you guys have. Yeah, Tab. You kind of get used to it, right? Get into the rhythm and boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I bet it would be fast on wood track too. I want to find out one of these days when we take it to Harry's. Hey, Jim. Welcome aboard. Glad to see you here. That's my daughter cruising through.
I have to leave for Nikki's in a minute.
You have to go to Nikki's in a bit. Okay, hon. I was going to show you guys. I don't know if any of you guys have used this app at all, this lap tracker, but I found. Let me do the setup and show you. I didn't realize that you could set it up for one zone, which makes it for me, it's a lot easier to set it up for one lane than to have it set up for two if I'm only running in one. Turn the lap counter down to 20 laps. It's better. Yeah, I really like this thing. It works great. Done. Yeah, I've preached it before. For $1.99, you can't beat that lap tracker. Unless, of course, you have TrackMate or some other, great thing. But on a track that I take up and down every day, it wouldn't make much sense to have TrackMate on here. So let's see what the Beamer does.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, not bad for the little rascal. Best lap of 2.04. That's pretty good. Yeah, I believe so, Tom. Excuse me. I think you can get it for Android or Apple. Yeah. Right, Dan. Somebody should write this company and tell them that us slot car guys using it. This is actually made for people who run, like running races and bicycle races. That's what it's for. But it works perfectly for this. Sorry for the dogs back here making noise. Veronica's feeding them and they get excited. Let's see here. Go back to setup again. All right, so now let's try the alpha. The alpha's not going to be as fast, I can tell you right now.
5,
It still needs some tea cream.
3,
Me too, boss.
1.
See, I'm already biting it.
2.50.
Yeah, this car just needs a little more tinkering yet. Y'all come? Okay. Where you guys going? Oh, okay. So we're hang out. Oh, again? Okay. Right. Okay. Well, have fun. Be careful. Love you. Say hi to Nikki.
I will.
my daughter's girlfriend joined the Navy, and so this is like their last week or so to spend together. So they've been hanging out a lot. So. So yeah, so the Alpha's giving me a little tinkering. It's beautiful. How many feet is my track? Yeah, well, let's see. This table is 7 feet long. No, I don't even have the full. Yeah, I think it's about 6 feet long right now. So 12. Yeah, it might be 15 running feet, if that, Michael. Dan, be careful. Let it. Yeah, see, it won't stay in the slot. It was really how this guide was really giving me grief. I'm just gonna have to tinker. More fiddling. If you guys don't have any Revos, you need to get them. Dan, don't you? You got one. You got the Warsteiner Mercedes, right? Have you ran it yet? How do you like it? I think they sound cool. Hey, Gene. Good to see you. Oh, you're waiting on chips because you're doing digital. That's right. Get one, Tad. Get one. Yeah, I just the digital racing doesn't interest me, and it's not because it's bad or anything like that. I just I'm a traditional slot car guy. I like analog, and don't see any reason to have to change lanes and all that, especially since I run at least 85% of the time by myself. So one car on the track at a time. So digital will be lost on me. But I think that if that's what makes you enjoy it, then by all means, man, digital rim cars up. Plus, digital could get pricey. What's a chip cost? $30 every time you want to chip a car. That's plus the cost of the car is kind of pricey. But when you're buying $100 slot cars, what's $30, right? $50 for a chip? Wow. Oh, Canadian though, right? That's Canadian though, right, Dan? Yeah, I don't have the Corvettes, but everybody that's got them loves them. Harry loves his Corvettes. I'm a Mopar man myself. Mopar. I'll take a Viper over a Vet any day. But that's just me. Man, that car's fun. You know what, Tad? That happens a lot. Mopar, no car. Damn right, Michael. I think that happens a lot, Tad. People start with digital. I think I've even heard Marty talk about this. Started out with digital because, oh yeah, 6 cars on the track, and everybody, it's mass carnage and all that. But I think it gets old, and you start to realize that 2 cars on the track and the skill involved with doing everything without having lane changes and all that, and not to mention the if you're going to run digital again, you got to pay $35 American, $50 Canadian to put a chip in the things, and that gets expensive really fast. And then there's us guys who like to scratch build. So if we're going to scratch build a car, not that it can't be done, but turning it digital would be a royal pain. So yeah, I think people gravitate towards the digital to start, and then realize how fun this is, and they all come back. Everybody, it's like a big circle. Everybody circles back. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's where my main passion lies in this hobby, is building my own cars. And I love these. Don't get me wrong; these are fun, super fun, man. I've had hours of fun sitting at the track, blasting away with these cars. But for me, because of my background and whatnot in real cars, I enjoy building my own car that didn't exist, and I pretty much pulled it out of thin air, and now it's on the track running. That's my favorite part of this hobby. The Omni slot box is a good option too, Gene. Again, if you can afford it, that thing is ultra expensive, but it's worth it if you want to, run both. And I totally get that. In fact, I'll show you guys. Let me go grab something real quick. Yeah, $1,000, man. I could buy a lot of slot cars for $1,000. I finally got this thing dialed in and running good. When I did the video on this car, it wasn't running too well, because I just wanted to get it up and show it to everybody. But now I've got it pretty dialed in, talking about scratch builds. And this car has a pod style brass built chassis. I don't know if you can see it moving there. It's got built-in float, and the car runs pretty good. I mean, it's extremely top heavy with that with the roof rack on there, but it's still fun to drive around. See, it's very top heavy. Maybe I should have made the roof rack removable, so that way when you're racing it, you can take the roof rack off. See? Well, come on, buddy. Let's do it. Part of the problem, too, is this old Rebel track has a very shallow slot. So I can't run a very deep guide on any of these cars, because it will bottom out. But I think, too, it's just top heavy. You just have to go easy in the corners. You could probably time its laps in minutes. Still fun. You got to know how to drive. Might be a little overpowered too. It's got an 18K motor in it. Look at that. See? We don't build no shelf queens around here. We race them. Survived the upside down. Didn't even lose any parts. God dang it. Yeah, it's just too top heavy. It's the hobby I never knew I needed. Yeah. Right, Dan, you're right. It is just a cruiser. Yep, this is all Harry's fault. What did what cost to make, Dan? The Volkswagen? I don't know. I mean, I don't really keep track, but I guess if you had to add up all the parts and everything, there's probably $100 in parts in it. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, there's probably $100 worth of parts, motor, gears, wheels, guide, brass, the body. I mean, I guess if I look at the overall cost, it's I don't even want to think about it because I had to make a mold for the body and all that, and yeah, it's probably astronomical what that car costs, but each one will get cheaper because now I have a mold to make the bodies. So $74.95. Was that like Earl Scheib or something there, Michael? Well, $74.95 is the cost of the chassis kit if you wanted to buy one of those. Yeah, you're right there. But this is not built with that chassis kit. In fact, there's nothing in this car from that chassis kit. You could build something similar with the chassis kit though. Very, very similar. What's that, Dan? Would you like to buy what? One of the bodies? Damn it! This in the slot. Yep, Raul wants a couple of these bodies too, Dan. So maybe I'll make just one to make it easier for everybody. I'll send one package of them up to Raul or something, and he can dole them out to you guys. Almost the cost of an Omni slot box. Yeah. Well, Gene, you made your own body with my stuff, doing the molds and whatnot. It's, but it's again, it's something just like the Omni slot box. If you want to run digital and analog, you're going to pay the money because that's what you want to do, and it's no different with this. Yeah, I could probably have bought 2 or 3 Revoslots for what I got in that, but which do you think I like better? The Canadian connection, right? Smuggling across the Canadian border, Volkswagen bodies. God bless America. Come on. It's funny, I don't even have any of my other scratch builds to show you guys. They're all at Harry's. Harry's and George's. Run them Revos. Yeah, I thought about that, Dan, doing a Baja Bug. Wouldn't be too hard to chop one of these up and make a new mold. But I think it'd be a very limited market. I don't know how many people would actually want a Baja Bug. Right, Michael? Totally different, right? Listening to that versus the brass chassis car. That car is just so planted. I would imagine it probably is, Michael. I'm not even sure what they're made. I think they're aluminum, maybe. I'm not sure. No, they're not aluminum. I just thought about that because when you take them out of the box, the magnet is stuck to the bottom of them. Let me see here. Do I got a magnet right here on the fridge? No, the magnet doesn't stick. It's got to be aluminum. Let me show you. You want to see noisy, Michael? Here's a bit of noise for you, Michael. Would you look at that? I don't even know what I did. Oh, for crying out loud, there's no gear in it. I forgot. I stole the gear out of it and didn't put a new one in it yet. Can you see the workbench, the mess over there? Okay, well now I gotta put a gear in that. I know I just bought a new one so I could put it in there. So we're gonna put a gear in it. You guys are probably thinking, what a goofball. I'm probably the only guy in the world that's got his slot car workbench in his living room. I have one hell of an understanding wife. Let's put the new gear in. Been a while since I ran him. Let's make sure. I stole the gear out of this to put it in my truck to send to Harry. And I had to buy a new one. So I bought a new gear and I never put it in. Yeah, hopefully I'm putting it in the right direction. holy heck is going on with that sucker? From the inside. Sorry, guys. Probably like, hey, I didn't sign up for this. Hey, get back to work, Tad. Have a good weekend, brother. All right, there it is. There he is, the big 125th scale monster. Oh, you know what? God, it's not gonna go probably because I don't have the inside borders on. I was trying to rush today, so. There we go. Call me weird. Right. That's, I love the sound of those great big gears that these things have in them. That's it, Michael. Just go fast. Because like I said, I don't have the inside borders on. So because I was just trying to get a track set up so we could play a little. I agree, Jeff, 100%. Probably more suited to a drag strip, but hey, they're still fun. Gene, no, I haven't. Honestly, I just haven't done it because I won't use them at all. So I don't use silicone tires. I've never liked them. I know other guys swear by them, but I just have no use for them. So I haven't done it. I'm sure it can be done in reverse. Use the rubber to make the mold, and then use the silicone to make the tires. And they make dye for the silicone, so you could make them black. Yeah, I'm sure that can be done. Oh yeah, I bet Jeff is right. Dan probably has a lot of hot rods at HO, man. HO was always the king of, 55 Chevys, right? They have a million of those. What else was popular? The little trucks, the little Model A truck. They had a million of those. Doesn't matter what scale, they're all fun. There you go, Jim. Build you another hot rod. I'm going to start on another one pretty quick, too. Pretty simple to build. Nice little brass chassis. Of course, you can't see it because it's all painted black, but it's all brass chassis. Come on, stay on the track, buddy. Cool stuff. Back to the Revo. Run them. Oh yeah, right, Jeff. The 125th scale. Yeah, you can build any car you wanted in 125th scale, pretty much, with a few exceptions. Well, Mr. Albright, how are you doing? Ooh, that'd be a good one too, Jeff. 37 Chevy. It was from the George Mobile. Good old Georgie. Sending me more toys. Kaboom. Off you go. Yeah, it still needs more tweaking, John. It gave me a headache this morning trying to get that damn car to run right. But I'm getting it there. It's getting there. The Beamer runs better. The Alpha just needs a little bit more tweaking. Yeah, they are. They're very responsive, Dan. There's no doubt. And they're not light cars either, with the metal chassis. I think that's why they go to the extreme with the light bodies, because of the heaviness of the chassis. But the trade-off is fantastic. They run great. Hello, Mike. Welcome. And Michael Gretsch, too. Hello to you, too. Awesome. Man, a taco sounds good, too. Fun, fun. Yeah, just glad to see. Nice of you. Kennedy's on here on a Friday afternoon. I appreciate you hanging out with me on a Friday. Probably a lot more important things to be doing. But what could be more important than stock cars? You know what we should do? I'm gonna go get him out of the way. Off to the bench. My living room bench. Here's another. Oh, where is it? It's over here. Another reason why I like having the adjustability on the controllers, because do this for safety here. I can hook up this other controller. Don't try this at home, or do try it at home. Hook up the other controller, turn the sensitivity all the way off, get a piece of tape, and just about half throttle. Man, went the wrong way. Nope. Too much throttle. Now it wants to run. You can use the sensitivity to adjust. You get a ghost car running. You don't need no fancy digital to run a ghost car. Laughing. There you go. Poor man's ghost car. What do you think of that? The shotgun digibox. That's pretty good, yeah. It depends how hungry you are. Yeah, that's true too, Dan. Michael Gretsch, this is old Revell track from the 60s. It's very old. It's about, 65, 67, somewhere around there. Is that how you do it in HO2, Dan? The same way, just sort of pin a trigger and adjust it up and let them run? Eventually, when I have the track is set where it's going to be, I will have individual power supplies for each lane. All my tracks were always set up that way, and I like it like that because then you can have the kids come on and the kids can be racing and you can crank their lane down so they're not crashing all over the place, and you can continue to race your cars in peace while they play with the track too. Also, for this very reason, you can crank the voltage down and just let a car run ghost, so you've got just something else on the track. Well, thank you very much, Michael. Yeah, I love this old rail track, and I have just a tad over 100 feet of this track, and these are the small turns. These are the 14-inch turns. They also make a 21-inch radius turns that butts to the outside, so you can make a 4-lane track. But these are the little turns. I just use them because they fit on the table. The bigger ones overhang the table by a lot, so you just put up a little bit here. Like I said, this is about 12 feet of track, 15 at the most, 15 feet of track. So I got about 100 foot of this stuff. And eventually when I have another house, when we get settled someplace, then I am going to put up a huge permanent track. I've always wanted to replicate, or at least as closely as I can, Riverside International Raceway. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with that track at all. RIR, they used to call it. The old track site is literally 20 miles from my house here. I went to Riverside as a kid many times. I actually took a lap around Riverside with my uncle in his Porsche at one point in time. But of course, the track is long gone. The Moreno Valley Mall is there now, and so are a lot of homes. But I've always wanted to replicate that track. Hey, Harry, how's it going, man? So eventually, that's what I'll be doing with all this track. So door-to-door action there. Look at that. The problem with a ghost car, you have to remember which car you're actually driving. I've launched a couple off onto the floor. Part Riverside, part Laguna. Yes. It is, Dan. This Old Ravel track is very high quality. I mean, think about it. This track is nearly 60 years old, and it is still in great condition. The only thing is unlike Carrera, which has stainless steel rails, these are not stainless steel. And so they'll rust. And believe me, I've spent a lot of time scrubbing these to get them as shiny as they are. But once you get them clean, keep them coated with inox or something like that. It'll last forever. Let me see here. Let's see here. Why is he calling me? Let me throw him a quick note. So anyhow, that's that with the Ravel track. I love this stuff. The Fingers, welcome, brother. Yeah, I think I've told this story before. For those of you who weren't there when I told it, when I was a kid, our next door neighbor, I was about 8 years old, and our next door neighbor had two sons. Kip and Dean were their names. They had a huge 2-car garage with the most giant Ravel track you ever saw set up in there. And they were teenagers, and they'd have their buddies over, and they'd be racing in that garage almost every night. And so I would go over there, and they'd let me play, and I would shag cars for them when they, deslotted, and it was just fun. And I always wanted Ravel track. And of course, growing up, my mom couldn't afford to buy me that, so I ended up with, AFX, just like everybody else. And when I got older, I decided I'm going to have my Ravel track that I wanted when I was a kid. So I started collecting this stuff, and shoving it in boxes. And so here we are. All these years later, I finally have all this track. Yeah, I heard that rail zip stuff is good too, John. Oh, rail zip is conductive. That makes it even better. I think I might have to try that. Rail zip. I'm gonna have to. Where do you get it from, John? Here we go. Okay, so it's something that's used in the model railroad world. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Amazon, and of course, Amazon. Amazon has everything, right? I should have known that. Amazon, rail zip. So what do you think, guys? Y'all ready to run out and buy some Revoslots? I think everybody should have Revoslots. Good, Jeff. I'm sold. Yeah, no kidding, Harry. You have a couple of them already, I think. Yeah. Moving. They do have an escort, Harry, from Latvia. Yes, they do. Mark One escort. I want to get that one. The Mark One escort's cool. Revo tuners. That's what you. Well, if you have a Revo, you're going to be a tuner. Yeah, that Mark One escort is a cool car. See if the beamer will run close. Let me get a little more juice. You look so cool running door to door. There you go. Christmas gift for yourself, Harry. Hey, Boone. How you feeling, brother? Crank her up. You're just fooling around today, Boone. Just killing time before I got to go pick up my boy from school. Good. That's good to hear, Boone. There he is. There's Georgie. George, now that you're here, I can tell you to your face, well, kind of to your face, thanks again. We're just tinkering around with them today. I've been fooling around with this car all day, George. We're just running them on here. So what do you think, George? They look good running together, don't they? Thank you, George. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you. Oh, brighter. No, there you go. He's going still. Go for it. Run. You like the door-to-door action, man. Gotta be fast. Yeah, I got a question for you guys. Any of you guys do that? Just set up some cars and just let them run around nice and slow, almost like a model railroad, and just sit back and enjoy. I know when I had my my other tracks that had all the scenery and everything, I used to enjoy just setting the cars up, tweaking each one so they'd all just run. And I just sit back and enjoy a beverage and watch the cars run around, just kind of like a model railroad. I enjoyed that as much as racing. Yeah, you do it too, the fingers? Yeah. I imagine that's how you have the one set up around your Christmas tree. Yeah, mostly just as, static, just running like that. Yeah, you do it too, Dan? Okay, so I'm not the only one. Yeah, I just like doing that. It's fun. It's not as fun right here. I don't have no scenery and it's really tiny, whatever. But I still do it. And it's just fun to see the cars in motion and you don't have to do anything except watch, and maybe video or something. It's kind of fun. Very relaxing, Dan. Yes. Right. There you go. Boom. Zen. That's it. You do, It's like I said, sit there with an adult beverage and just watch. Gloria's running the cars under the tree. Yeah, I mean, it's probably hard to resist, too. You got it set up right there. Zip, zip, zip. Yeah, I would, too. I still think that's really cool, putting the stock car under the stock car track under the Christmas tree. Very cool. I used to put my old Marks model train under the tree. I haven't done that in years. We'll let the Alpha go ghost. Well, she's actually starting to run a little bit better each time, huh? Gears are lapping in a little bit. You do? Is that yours? Is a Marks to fingers? I was trying to tell. I couldn't tell if it was a Marks or a Lionel. Yours is pre-war. Mine's the train. My mother bought it for me. 1968-ish, probably for Christmas. So yeah. I like the Marks trains. Everybody always goes for the Lionel, but I don't know. Maybe I just like the Marks because that's what my mom bought me for Christmas when I was, like 4 or 5 years old. Yes, the fingers. Me too. I have an affinity for vintage. So, Michael Gretsch, you've built a car, 125th scale. The car goes around the track a dozen or so times and then stops, but none of your other cars have an issue. That's a good question. Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing, George. Sounds like you got a bad connection in there somewhere, or something a lot of people don't think about, especially on a brass chassis car. When you put your guide together, if there's a little, without getting one I'm showing you, when you put the wires into the guide from the top, if there's a little bit of the braid sticking out the top like it should be, but if there's too much, it'll touch the chassis and it will ground and the car will stop running. And look at that too, Michael. Look at the top of your braids where the wires go in. Make sure that the little fluffy braids that are sticking up through the top of the guide are not touching the chassis at all. At full tilt in either direction. So are any of you guys running cars today? Anybody running cars? Besides me? It's funny, that little Alpha makes its own noise. It sounds like a small block Chevy with a gear drive in it. Oh, that'd be cool, the fingers. Nico, welcome. 44 degrees in your slot room, John? Yeah, it's pretty cold. We're just tinkering today, Nico. I just wanted to show everybody my newest Revoslot from George. No heat or air conditioning out there in your track room, John? So my little power supply is working pretty good. Tech Power. I bought it off eBay. I was just looking at it while it was running. 2 cars on the track at the same time. Just less than an amp. Pulling about 0.7 amp. Fire that potbelly stove up, John. Hey, Raul. Welcome, man. We're just killing time over here. I had to go pick my son up from school in a bit, but I just thought I'd just kill some time. Oh, little unboxing video coming our way, Raul. I just been fooling around with my new Revoslots. Good stuff. Hey, Boone, did you see my new gantry? I built one of the Racetrack Scenics kits, painted it up, and made my own signage. Just something to add a little bit more to the look of the track while we tinker. Yeah, it already is, John. Thanks, Raul. Any treatment on the cars? What kind of treatment, Nico? As in tuning them or anything like that? Is that what you want to know? Thanks, Boom. The only thing I've done to these cars, well, the Alpha gave me some bit of hair pulling this morning. I could not get the thing to run. The guide wouldn't make good contact. It would run for a minute, it would stutter around, where the other two cars just go. This one was stuttering all over the place. And I honestly think it's the braids. It has, very, very, very stiff braid. I changed it. I used SEC's braid, but it's also the stiff kind. I'm going to switch this thing over to this soft brass or soft copper braid. I think it will help it tremendously. I also had a hell of a time getting the gears meshed, but it's working better now. But you can still, you probably maybe not see it on camera. It's hopping around, nose hopping around. It's not, those damn braids are pushing it out of the slot. Now the BMW, plus all the usual oiling and greasing. That's all I did to this BMW. Oiled it up, greased it up, set the gear mesh, and went. It went great. And on the Viper, same thing. It's had nothing done except oiled, lubed up, and the gear mesh set. That's all I've ever done to it. I haven't even tuned the tires on any of these cars. They're rubber tires, super soft rubber tires too. You probably can't see it, but they're starting to leave gumballs around on the track. They ball up pretty quick. For the most part, Nico, yes, out of the box. Nothing special added to them or anything like that. But they do require tweaking. And that's the one thing, most of these hobby grade cars, they're not just out of the box on the track and away we go. You really gotta look them over, pop the body off, make sure everything's tight, set the gear mesh, lube everything, put it back together, and away you go. But I highly recommend that on any hobby grade car, whether it be Revo or NSR, Slot It, whatever, Thunder Slot, all of them. You should really do that. Go over them a little bit before you just toss them on the track. Yes, I know that. The fingers, yeah. We used to have quite a bit of Carrera Go cars. My son liked them when he was a kid. And yeah, those damn things, they did the same thing as this car does. The nose hopping up and down because the braids are so stiff. Well, I'll tell you what, boys, I'm looking forward to, I hope they come out early, the Datsun 510s from Revo. Man, I ordered two of them. I ordered both the BRE cars. So I'm really, really looking forward to those now with all these little Group 2s that I have. Those Datsuns are going to be something. Yeah, the F1s especially. Oh, did you order that 60th anniversary car too, Gene? Seems to be a popular car right now. Oh, Nico, you ordered the BRM, the 260. Yeah, that's a cool car too. I agree, Jeff. These Group 2 cars, like I've said before, my whole life I've liked little European cars, and I grew up with Volkswagens, and I just love these and BMWs. When I started my painting career, I painted a million of these 2002s. I just like them. They're just cool cars. Give her another run while we're sitting here chatting. Thanks, Nico. Thanks for reminding. I don't know if it helps any. I don't know if the thumbs up and likes and all that stuff, I don't know if it helps anything. All I know is I just want to, I just like sharing with everybody, you know? I think a lot of emphasis lately is put on trying to stir up, you know, new stuff and all that, but I don't know. I guess I'm just old, but I like that we just share with each other. I think it becomes infectious and it spreads all by itself. Doesn't need much prodding along, but I guess just me. But I enjoy sharing with all you guys. I enjoy watching what you guys are doing. I tune into every one of your guys' channels every time you guys have a live or you post a new video. I love watching all that stuff, seeing what everybody's up to, and that's why I'm trying to do it too. I just want to keep everybody in the loop, see what we're all doing. I enjoy it. Nico, you're right. It is. The community is growing, and that's a good thing. We all have our place in it. You know, we all have our place in it. We all do different things. Everybody's got their own little niche. Some of us cross over into others, and it's all good. You're not a slacker to fingers. You're like the biggest slot car cheerleader is what you are. You're on every channel. You're usually the first person there. You're like boom, boom, boom. Rah, rah, rah. You're not slacking at all, my friend. Yeah, I don't, good or bad. I've had a few people post comments on some of my videos that were, frankly, kind of shitty. But that's fine. We can't all like the exact same thing, and we don't all do everything the same way. So that's fine. Everybody's got an opinion. I agree, Dan. Yeah, DeFingers is the minister of slot cars. He is the minister of slot cars. He is preaching. He's out there. I hope you guys like seeing this kind of stuff. I just, when I get a new car, I like to show it off, kind of give everybody a story where it came from, whether I bought it myself or one of my many friends gifted it to me. Showcase the stuff that we build. I really like that. I really like showcasing our cars that we build. Yeah, that's good, Michael Gretsch. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, George is the minister of slot cars. I think he is. We should call him the Pope of slot cars. He, or at least a cardinal. I think Harry's the Pope, and maybe George is a cardinal. Yeah, George has furthered this hobby just about more than anybody, I think, with all of his videos, his how-tos, and his helpfulness. You can't beat it. That's a damn good thing. It is a very good thing. Too fun, man. These cars are too damn fun. Oh. Did you guys see that? I was watching the wrong car. I was watching the wrong car. And I launched the little orange bugger off onto the floor. Well, maybe on that note, we'll wrap it up. I got to get some lunch in me before I go pick up my son. So I appreciate you guys all here. There's too much love and good vibes. Yeah, there is a lot of love and good vibes. I agree with you 100%, John. I agree with you 100%. 100%. That is the way. Well, guys, I'm going to go eat me some frozen pizza, and then I'm going to go pick up my boy from school. I really appreciate it. God, we've been on here for almost 2 hours. I appreciate you hanging out with me on a Friday afternoon. I'm sure you all have better things to do, and I really do appreciate you guys being here. And we'll do this more. I'm trying to do it more. I really am. I'm really trying to do this more, and I'm going to keep it up. So hopefully we can change it up here and there, maybe different track, maybe something. We'll figure something out. But I will catch all you guys later. Keep an eye out for the next live stream, and I'll see you all there. Thanks, brothers. Oh, have a fantastic weekend, everybody.